Hello guys, welcome to Open Techno. Today on the channel we have the OUKITEL WP39 Pro, a rugged phone that's practically perfect in almost every aspect. However, in my opinion, it lacks one thing which we'll examine in this video. So stay until the end to find out. Let's start with the design of this OUKITEL. Many of you likely already know what a rugged phone is or what it means for a phone to be ruggedized. These are phones that are specially designed to be super resistant to impacts with military-grade durability. And they are usually characterized by having a very good battery and being ready for outdoor use, for example, with a night vision camera. And in this case, it's no different. This OUKITEL WP39 Pro has IP68 and IP69K certifications for water and dust, as well as a military certification, the military standard 810H, which also guarantees protection against drops. As I mentioned, these rugged phones are usually large, not only in screen size, but also in weight and thickness. This phone has a thickness of about 1.5 centimeters and a weight of 360 grams. So, on the front, we have a 6.6-inch full high-definition screen protected by Corning Gorilla Glass 5 against scratches, impacts, and more. And with an extended full high-definition resolution, because we have a panoramic screen. The brightness of this screen is 450 nits, a normal brightness that doesn't particularly stand out at the top. And this is where I want to pause for a moment, because I think the multimedia aspect of this phone is where we can really get something out of it. Let's start with the screen. The screen looks really good. The brightness could be a bit higher for when we're, for example, on an adventure in the countryside under full sunlight, but overall the screen looks good. However, the issue I've found is when we want to, for example, show a photo to a friend or a family member, the viewing angles when we're not perfectly centered in front of the screen are somewhat poor, and you'll see this clearly in the images. When I turn the phone, you can see how it gets darker, the screen darkens, and it shouldn't be like this. It should have better viewing angles. Just like we only have a single speaker. A speaker at the bottom, a mono speaker. It would have been cool to have an external speaker for watching videos or movies and to make use of the speaker we use for calls. I don't want to leave the aesthetics section yet without talking about its design. The design, aside from being a rugged, thick and heavy phone, we have a phone that's well built. It's mainly made with a rubbery material around the edges. The screen, well, it's just the screen. The back is plastic, trying to imitate leather, okay? It's plastic, not leather, and comes in 3 colors. We have this gold one, which is the one you'll see in the video, black with gold. We have a grayish one with blue, and a phone that comes in green. It has the entire back in a green, let's say, military color. A great thing about this OUKITEL is that even as a rugged phone, you can be sure it will reach you. Included, completely free, is this transparent gel case so you can put it on and, well, protect it a little more. However, to show you the best, I'm going to show it to you directly without this case because I think that way you can see the phone much better. On the right, you'll find the volume and unlock buttons with a fingerprint sensor that works well. Then we have a slot for a micro SD card and 2 nano SIMs. So either we put in 2 SIM cards or we put in 1 SIM and 1 micro SD. And a fully customizable button, to which, for example, I have assigned the option to easily turn on the flashlight from there. On the bottom, there's a USB-C charging port. We don't have a 3.5mm jack to listen to music with wired headphones. And regarding its design, although it's quite thick, I have to point out that it's very ergonomic. Honestly, it feels really good in the hand. It also has facial recognition, which I forgot to mention. It's an ergonomic phone that feels great to hold, even though it's a bit thick. The charging port supports 33W charging and reverse charging. What does this mean? It means that we can charge, for example, our wireless earbuds using this USB-C port thanks to the 11,000 mAh battery we have. It offers us up to 20 hours of continuous video playback or even more than 60 days completely on standby. So it's a phone completely made for adventure, for the outdoors, so we don't have to worry about the battery. Just to let you know, the battery on standby, as long as we have coverage, won't reach those 60 days. It can last about 10 days at best, which I think is more than enough in real use, so to speak, just having the phone on standby. However, if we're using it, it's easy to get 2 days of use. Then regarding performance, which might be a bit more controversial here, right? With this phone, why? What type of users is this phone aimed at? Well, I think it's for gaming users or those looking for the highest performance. But rather an average user who will use social networks, instant messaging, take photos, record videos, and use the phone for daily tasks. Well, we have a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 Plus processor, which has two types of cores. We will have cores at 2.4 GHz and 6 cores at 2.0 GHz. An advanced reduced instruction set computer machine Mali G57 GPU, which honestly gives us good quality. As for video games, for example, I've been playing Call of Duty at high definition resolution, and it runs pretty well. There are no stutters, the quality is very good, and it plays smoothly. Honestly, I haven't had any complaints about this phone. On the other hand, getting good performance on this phone is easy now since it only has a 60 Hz refresh rate, not 120 or 90 or 120 like we've seen on other phones on the channel. As for RAM, we have 12 GB of RAM and another 24 expandable by using the phone's internal storage. That means we can get up to 36 GB of RAM, fully customizable to our liking. It offers 512 GB of internal storage for all your files, including photos, videos, music, offline content, and even movies. And it's expandable up to another 2 TB with a micro-secure digital card. Operating system, it's Android 14, and I'm not sure if there's a plan to update to Android 15. And with that said, let's move on to the cameras. We have a set of cameras. First, the main one is 64 megapixels. It's a sensor made by Sony, a sensor that has surprised me with its quality and sharpness. The truth is that it's quite good and performs well even in low light photos, like in the environment of my room. However, when we go outside under good lighting conditions, we can take good photos. You'll be seeing examples of this. On the other hand, we have an 8 megapixels night vision camera that works with infrared. You'll see some tests I'll do here in the room. And a 2 megapixels macro camera in case we want to take very close-up photos of an object. On the other hand, we have a 32 megapixels camera on the front, but honestly, I don't think it gives very good quality. This camera doesn't surprise me. It's made exactly as I always say, just like before. Cameras that are designed for the mid-range to make video calls and, after all, real-time content. That doesn't require special quality, and even if it doesn't have such good quality, we won't really miss it. If you want good photos, the main 64 megapixels rear camera delivers great results. The video is 2K, we don't have 4K on this phone. As for networks, it's very well equipped here, and of course it has 5G for data coverage. We have near-field communication for payments and other functions. We have dual SIM, as I mentioned before. And regarding global positioning system, we have global positioning system, global navigation satellite system Beidou and Galileo to ensure the best location at all times. This phone is especially good when it comes to outdoor use. If we want to take it to the mountains, we don't have to worry about bumps or scratches. Because this phone is going to be super resistant. That's exactly what it's made for. As for the highlights, I was surprised by the battery life. I was surprised by the design, which honestly is pretty cool. It's not flashy at all. It looks like a pretty normal phone. And yet inside we've got a little beast. Of course, I was surprised by the amount of internal memory and RAM this phone offers. The only downside, as I said, is the multimedia section, mainly the screen, because the viewing angles aren't great. Now, what's the price of this OUKITEL WP39 Pro? Well, it's a phone that I'm checking out right now as I'm recording the video. At around 280 euros on the official website, which I think is fair, though it depends on what we're after. It's a phone that's above average in terms of impact resistance, durability, and battery life. But it does fall a little short. If what you're looking for is not only a very durable phone with a good battery, but also a phone with the best screen and the best audio. Here I think it falls a little short, but well, we're in a mid-range price. We're not going up to 400 or 500 euros either. Like we've seen with other phones on the channel, I think it stands up to many rugged devices and it's an option to consider. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.